Send me the link before that, actually.
Yes. And now we are live. Greetings and salutations, people, and everybody. Welcome to the 13th League of Legends IGF tournament match. Today, the match is happening between Bench Boys and Team Ascendant. And oh, I should probably get myself off from Team 1 here. Uh, so, they're still arriving into the tournament draft itself. Oh my god. I should probably give a reminder that these guys are on stream. But Meza, you seem to know most of the people here in the chat in the May tournament May lobby right now. Do you have any thoughts?
I know. I think. Okay. Full disclosure. In reality, I actually have no idea who these people are, but I do. I have heard some of these names here. So Booya and Kassa have been, names that have been thrown around, and I know I've heard Kassa is he a mid laner? Is he?
Kassa was a captain, and from what I remember, he also went abroad to represent Sri Lanka.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, yeah, oh man, this is gonna be a stacked game. I'm actually pretty excited for this bunch of diamond and plat.
Pretty much, and from the looks of it, the game should start any minute now. As soon as the entire lobby kind of gets in here. The funny thing is, I see that Penta and Blood Moon Hunter are avid T1 supporters with the icons and all that. What do you think about the situation that happened with T1 not being able to practice due to DDoS attacks? It's a bit tragic, isn't it?
It is tragic, but at the same time, considering it was T1, there I believe should have been workarounds, and I mean they still got to the finals and they lost to Genji, but I don't think it was the biggest issue there. I believe there were workarounds, but
there were workarounds, and like they did not back down, as clearly seen by their performance. Okay, from the looks of it, there's just one more person to go, and the game will start soon. Also, how does it look like from all the matches that you've seen so far? And the fact that one of the teams, which includes one of our personal friends, Nishal, is also well on its way to the semi-finals. What are your thoughts about the tournament and how it's been progressing so far?
All right, so yeah, I'm just gonna give a a soft answer, but I believe Nishastic, please don't be fraud. I think I believe Nish is getting carried. I'm telling you.
You think Nish is getting carried?
Of course.
Holy, okay.
Nish, you better show up big time with I would like you to prove me wrong by playing the most insane support flex pick that you could possibly do. I know he's capable of it. So, that would be pretty cool.
Huh. I think they've decided to change sides from the looks of it. They're playing the whole... Oh yeah, Rock Paper Scissors called for Team 2, and now they're doing the good old switcheroony.
So are the is side selection done beforehand, or is it just?
Yes, the toss and the side selection is done beforehand to save as much time as possible. Would have been entertaining, but the same old joke of whenever somebody may chooses heads for me to say, oh, everybody loves heads, gets old, and I didn't want the audience to suffer through that strategy of me saying that every single fucking time.
Yeah, true. I mean, understandable actually.
Yes.
Oh boy. I do actually hope to...
I do have to apologize for the accidental swear there, boys. And Team 1 and Team 2 seems to be ready. So let us jump right into picks. Who is the Kratos? Will have to start us off here. There we go. The match officially commences. What are you expecting from these two teams here? You've seen both of them in action. You casted both of their games.
Well, I mean, I'm not exactly too sure, but I do hope that it's not going to, be the same old front to back protect the president ADC, meta that we've seen so far in the previous matches. Maybe someone is ready to pull off a very interesting pick, a meta pick. But with the way it's going, I think I heard from Nish earlier when we were casting with him that Malzahar is actually a key comfort pick for Kasa. So that being banned out means we are going for comfort pick bans. Yeah. Oh, Civil Bank, interesting. Okay, so that's actually pretty interesting because Civil is not in a good spot right now in the meta, so it's actually pretty interesting. And Skarnaban, of course, they might be respecting that he is a bit overtuned, but I think the recent hotfix, 14.9 actually brought it down a bit. But yeah, so that was a top lane Skarnaban that is fighting Zhao Raven. No, Zhao Raven's on blue side. So whoever's in red side, I guess. And of course the Kaiser ban. Now that is a good meta ban because Kaiser of course kind of strong hybrid builds. There is build going around where you go Crypto Bloom, Leandries, and Rabadons, I believe it meshes. And yeah, what do you hope to see in first pick?
This time I would like to make sure that the audience can actually hear you, because last time there were complaints that Mirza, you are not loud enough in the stream. If that is the case, please do let me know. I am keeping an eye on the chat. I'm doing my best to fix things as they go. Nobody's perfect at the end of the day, so do let me know. Mirza, so from the looks of it, they have gone for gone for comfort bands, and somebody just joined the. Oh, we're in pick face. My bad, Mirza. Do go on.
Right, yeah, sorry. So we can see a win first pick. Yeah, this is first pick, yeah. So this could be a flex into top or bot, or if they are really feeling it mid, Dylan, we have to go win. Only true ones will get that reference, but not sure. So it potentially is a flip. So we could see an Ashe pick on red side with a Zac. So this Zac is most probably going top lane because of the pretty much insane sustain that he has, and Ashe also is a flex pick because she can go either support or ADC. So I am expecting a counter pick onto Zac if they are expecting him to go top lane.
How would a Vayne versus Zac matchup play out?
So how it usually happens is range top laners usually get the lane pushed in, and that opens them up for ganks, which means Zac loves it because he has his Eve and he can just jump on the Vayne even if he tries to get away. So it would be a pretty bad matchup just because of the fact that junglers can camp her. So okay, there is a Dyna pick into the mid lane by Kasa. That's a pretty interesting. Jin Zhao, obviously one of the most meta champs there is in. I mean, I think for the past few patches actually. And is it gonna be the Jinx? Oh, we're seeing an Olaf power. Alrighty, so it is a double flex.
Could be Zac jungle, Zac top, Olaf jungle, Olaf top. Only time will tell.
Exactly. But since, from what I've heard from numerous sources,
sources.
Yes.
Some investigative journalism in your veins, eh?
Of course. From what I've heard, not to downplay anything, but it's pretty much, you can't guarantee it is a duo flex pick in this case because Olaf is most probably going top lane. Because Olaf right now, I don't believe that Olaf's jungle buffs have come in yet. So if that's the case, top Olaf is the pick here, which means Zac will be going again jungle. But I have seen a couple of players playing him in the support role. It's very unconventional pick, but
tell me about it. I can't even imagine it.
Yeah, it's pretty cancer. I mean, I'll be real with you. I've seen it, so.
Well, yeah. Okay, bans on the red side have concluded. Let's see what Booyah goes ahead and bans.
Think carefully, my friend.
Okay.
And I can't see it. ban.
It was a Brom ban, so we got a Thresh Aatrox ban on on red side, and a Brand and a Brom ban on blue side. So I mean, this is fine. I guess Brom bans are anyways good because he's one of the strongest peel supports, disengage supports, and okay. So Lissandra in the mid lane. What do you hope to see in terms of the top lane matchup? I mean, you can see it's most probably Olaf or Zac.
If it's most probably Olaf, and if it is so far, oh, it's a Camille. Olaf versus Camille matchup. I can only make educated guess because stats-wise, I've noticed that Olaf is an absolute menace. Even early game, I've seen Olaf take down Darius's level 1 at certain times. Camille has always been unconventional and a hard matchup for me because I am a OTP Garen main. I apologize beforehand. My money's on Olaf.
Right, so that is actually true. If it is Olaf top into Camille, then the thing here is that Camille is currently actually strong in support, but her top lane's kind of weak because of her AD scalings and I think her long passive cooldown. But if Camille plays to scale and plays with the jungler, there's a real chance that Olaf will have a problem with this. But currently lane prio top lane will go towards red side. I mean the red side. Okay, this is so it is Maokai support, is it? This is like a triple flex situation.
All I can say is red side's gonna be full of tank. Actually, both sides seem to have the equal amount of tank in this scenario.
Kinda. So the thing here is, red side has a lot of lockdown. So picking Vayne here was actually a pretty smart move because she has mobility with her ultimate. If she runs Splash Ghost with her Q, she's gonna be able to get away from Zac's engage, Maokai ult, and if he has good reaction time, he can get away from Ashe ult, Lissandra's EW. And all that. But currently, from what I see in draft phase, blue side does not have any wave clear, like at all. But the same could be kind of said for red side as well.
Yeah. So. The brutal truth here is that Vayne's survivability will depend on her own hand here. The amount of CC that's like gonna arrive from red side is going to be terrifying with the Maokai combined with Ashe, combined with Lissandra, combined with the Zac double Q. It's terrifying to be ADC in this world, and I think Booyah of all people are gonna feel it soon.
Exactly. I mean, I hope he is confident in his win mechanics because he will have to outplay the I can't say it on stream, but y'all get the idea. Of course, so here the biggest issue I see is there's not a lot of AoE on both sides. They're all mainly single target damage, so Vayne, Jing Zhao, Camille, they are mainly Diana's Q, you can't really count that. Her ultimate is pretty good, but the problem is there is no big burst follow-up damage with the Diana. Usually you go Diana picks into comps that can kind of brand a burst of damage, right? You can like combo, so like Diana Yasuo, massive combo, right? Or like Diana Brand, any sort of AoE burst ability. But here it's mostly single target, so I have a feeling that execution-wise, blue side will have a tougher time compared to red. I mean, red is pretty simple, right? Asher all like lands, boom, Zac goes in, Maokai ults, Lissandra goes in. Like it is made to pick off single target, so it means like a front to back composition. So yeah,
on compositions. Red side should be getting my vote here from the looks of. I have always been skittish when it comes to CC. This is not something that I would like to face. So my condolences for the blue side.
Well, I think Garen's W giving tenacity and his Q giving ignoring slowing effects. I don't think tenacity should be a big problem for you.
Okay, you wanna get into that?
Of course,
I did a whole presentation about this on my birthday and shared it with every single one of you.
I did read it actually. Yes.
Yes. Garen is the best champion of all time, so it is what it is. Yes, but I feel like we've tainted the day of the viewers long enough with this Garen talk. Exactly. 32 seconds until we load into our match, which is going to be a doozy. It's safe to say that Bench Boys, who is one of the higher ranked teams in the GLK like rankings, versus Team Ascent, one of the most promising underdog teams that we have seen in this tournament. It's gonna be a doozy of a match. That's all I can say. And stay tuned, because by the end of this match at 10:30, we will be streaming Phoenix Ascension versus Sentai with Senpai as well. Yes, you heard me right. 2 league games for the price of one, or in this case, in one day. We have finally gotten to the place where we can stream every single match that happens every single day. Sorry it took so long, but it's finally happening. Also, do not mind looking for a game capture when you stream, because the game is loading in. Give it a moment. And yes, now you should be able to see the game screen as well. Sorry about that. Let me change the overlay a little bit to match the information provision through the game. And here we go. Of course, it ultimately doesn't matter, but just for the sake of providing a decent view for the casual play as to how much practice these guys have gotten through their champions, here you go.
I am a firm believer that mastery means jack.
You are?
Yes, so this is not going to prove anything.
Wait, what about comfortability? You know what? You and I seem to have beliefs that are completely against each other, and I love it.
Oh
boy, starting the game off with 2 DCs. This is
honestly, our Lord and Savior SLT truly does it again. So
it's a bit of a shame, but the pause timer started off from the get-go.
All right, so until that, I will just drop some knowledge. As
go right ahead. While you do that, I will fix up the overlay.
Yes. So basically here we can see that Booyah has opted for Lens instead of Ghost, obviously to negate the the stun lock potential that Red Team has with all the stuff that I mentioned earlier. And which is not bad actually. It's good. I mean, I guess with Wayne's Q, he can also still dodge it, so it gives him a lot of options in order to play a bit more aggressive rather than be getting picked off from like fog of war. And here we can see that on red side it's actually a Maokai support. So the biggest issue with Maokai support right now is mana issues, but we can see he has gone Arcane Comet, which means even mana flow band as well, which will give him some sort of mana sustenance, I guess. But the issue here is, again, taking bush control against the Nautilus is not that strong. The main reason is that compared to champs like Rel or Thresh, you don't really see that big of a threat from, because I mean, compared when you look at red side here, Ash is obviously going to be playing away from the bush as well, and
a summoner has disconnected.
I mean, if there is any other engaged tank apart from Maokai here, it would have still done the job. So I'm a bit confused on it, but I guess for late game team fight, it's still gonna be strong. But laning phase is gonna be a bit harder for red team. But yeah, that's what I can say for now.
Yes. Adding on to that knowledge, we can see that the typical Sri Lankan things have been happening to each and every talented player that we have in this match. Continuous disconnects and reconnects. Could be SLD, could be anything at this point. All we know is it's either the connection or the power. Only time will tell.
Alright, well, let's do a guessing game, right? Do you think this Maokai will go AP or tank?
I think this Maokai will go tank. because that will just cause it to be a whole lot more dangerous than it
A
should be.
summoner has reconnected.
Yes, so that is correct because the biggest thing here is for the damage profile. It's not going to change by much, but the thing is, Zac and Lissandra, it's a double AP mid jungle combo, which means Diana is going to profit big time with investments into Merc Treads. Right? So, but the problem here is if Maokai does go, let's say, tank, the amount of poke damage that they're gonna be able to put out is gonna be a bit weaker. He can mainly put down saplings to get vision, but there's not gonna be those cancer, nukes in every single bush that you walk to. It's just gonna do whatever damage and this thing. So I do hope that he goes. At least Leandris, shout out to one of the homies. They've heard me say Leandris so many times they probably get sick by now. But yeah,
You can see a little bit of jest happening in the hall chat. Yes, 6 times of restarting. This is justifiable. Each and every player that's taking part in it wants to ensure that they have the best ping to perform, which is understandable. Both teams expressed a certain amount of a sense of challenge approaching this match, because both sides seem to be friends that respect each other's talent and ability when it comes to this video game. Of course, there will come a point where we would have to make the call to resume the game if the pause time ends up being too far. Each player is given 10 minutes of time. However, this is a unique situation where multiple players seem to be going through the same situation here. From both red side and blue side. At this point, it only seems to be red side. Rock Paper Scissors, who is the captain on their end, and Blood Moon Hunter.
so yes, to dumb down the silence here, we need to entertain the viewers, right? So.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry, I forgot. I was listening to the beautiful Sonic the Hedgehog 2 HD soundtrack that's playing in the background of High
Okay, boomer. Sure.
Who hates liking old video games, right? So when it comes to entertaining the crowd, why don't we do the natural thing, which is moving towards the comment section. Vimukti, the moment the game started, immediately commented current gear, which is brutally straightforward. Typical start according to Gamonoscopy and Nadish. A lot of people seem to be saddened by the disconnect, but also Vimukti seems to call you out immediately saying, wouldn't be Meza if it wasn't a Leandris reference. And Anjana Dilshan, impatient, eager to see the match start. Trust me, we all are.
A summoner has reconnected.
Blood Moon seems to have reconnected. Now, we need to ensure that Rock Paper Scissors does the same.
Alright, so until that happens, let's do some nostalgic throwbacks or whatever, right? So, Manu, tell the crowd what's your fondest memory meeting your story. I can.
Fondest memory in this tournament or in my life as a league player?
No, from
summoner
meeting me.
Oh, from meeting you!
Of course, in league, in terms of league, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
My fondest memory stems from that one time where you misunderstood my intentions as I was making armor boots against a Teemo. Even though my intent was to counter the auto attack abilities of every other champion in the team
A
with
summoner
my
has
false
reconnected.
confidence.
A summoner has disconnected.
Oh my god. False confidence basically causing me to go, Teemo won't be that big of a problem, which beat me back. And you've never let me live it down since. So that is my fondest memory, because that is the most disjointed argument we've ever had in our lifetime as friends.
course. I mean, I was actually going to talk about that as well. But I guess since you pulled it out, that's
A
pretty much
summoner has
the
disconnected.
canon
A
event
summoner has reconnected.
that led to all this, of course. Do wonder what is going on with their connections.
Yes. Of course, when the timer reaches 20 minutes, I would have to put the stream in the please wait screen once more and talk about teams. At that point, which I will proceed to give them a few more additional minutes to sort out their affairs, and if not, we will either try to we will have to make a decision as to how the continuation should happen. They have exactly 1 minute to sort out their affairs before we proceed to do that. So it's going to be a bit of a shame. The first time it happened during the tournament. Here we go. Anjana Dilshan immediately judging the competition, saying both teams lose. Sri Lankan Wi-Fi MVP. Vimu Vima saying FF. Haunted Cup of Tea is good friend of ours. Oh! The game is unpaused! And frozen in place. Give me a moment, Miza. I will figure this out.
All right, finally we can see some action. I hope.
I hope.
All right. Okay.
Let's start from here and hope the game loads in, shall we?
Yeah, that should be all.
A summoner has disconnected.
Okay, I think we have a steady view of the game once more.
A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has
Okay,
disconnected.
right on. Well, you might want to turn on fog of war. That's possible.
Welcome to
Alright,
Summoner's
I got you
Rift.
sorted.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so here we can see the good old classic cover all the entrances to every single part of the jungle. Though I would have preferred maybe an invade, but then again, they don't really have kill pressure. I mean, blue team does actually have kill pressure with the Shinzao, and since they have a Nautilus, but I guess they're playing it safe for now. Though, yeah, be it, I guess.
Oh, I've always loved the Nautilus emote.
Yeah, it's Nautilus. There is a way that I think one of his emotes does the same animation as him throwing the hook, so you can actually kind of bait people with it as well.
This is a very chill beginning for a game with so many consequences.
Actually,
everybody's emoting, chilling.
Yeah. So, fun fact again, most, not high elo, but like mid to high elo games, usually they don't take that much risks unless they are extremely confident that they can.
Oh, they have a champ advantage, I'm assuming.
Yeah, basically any early game like Giga Strong champ, so if they had a Darius. I mean, they have the problem with damage profile is kind of iffy on both sides, so we're not going to see too much action. But I will hope that there's some action bot lane. But so the not cool thing, but the thing that I've seen from all the matches that I've casted up to now is that every single time junglers always start on bot side, and I haven't seen a single jungler yet to start on blue side and go towards the bot lane. So again, the reason is because top lane is not a volatile matchup, because Camille is not as strong without her items. As you can see, this decent back and forth trading in mid lane. They are not running cookies. It's pretty interesting because every single mid laner usually runs cookies if they are, if they have any poke, freebies and whatnot to get in lane pressure trade. So what do you think will happen in top lane? Like, do you think there will be a kill? Do you think Olaf will get it, or do you think?
Olaf is being relatively passive compared to how I thought he would play. So I will still stick to my belief that Olaf will.
Olaf he's going in for a gank, but he did cancel his jump. So Camille should be able to get a save.
This could be the first. Oh.
Yeah, she can like this to be stock standard Camille gameplay as long as he doesn't waste his movement abilities. Nautilus goes in for a hook on the Ash, so that he gets him off. Yeah, that was good, but Vayne is currently. Oh, I think they will kill onto the Maokai hopefully. No,
Yeah.
there's still
Too much
back and
danger
forth.
for their support and their ADC and both back to safety. However,
Okay.
Olaf slashing to safety
Right.
and survives.
That's pretty interesting here. So both junglers are on top side. King Zhao has spotted out Zac. He's going to look for a trade. Misses. He's top there. And that is going to pressure Olaf. And the thing here is, the biggest problem here is that Olaf does not have teleport. And they're going for tower dive, and Camille gets first blood, but she is going to die to the tower. Jing Zhao is trying to pull back the wave a bit so that Olaf is going to use as much as possible, and then Camille gets to pick up on bounce. Lysander goes in for the engage and possibly might kill Kassa, but no, he gets away with 1 HP. But here, what I want to sort of talk about is that Camille usually should not win this matchup, and that means Octopus here hates play the matchup a bit. So
Do you think mid laners should carry teleport?
yes, they should, because mid laners in competitive games are there to make plays on team fights, and also to push side lanes and immediate TP for objectives like Dragon, Baron.
I will let my naivety show through. If Lysander had Ignite there, that would have been a guaranteed kill.
It would have been a guaranteed kill, but the issue is that in lane, of course, she's gonna be mega strong, but after lane presence, which is like past the first tower getting destroyed and lane swap start happening, she is not gonna be that useful. Just teleport.
Olaf finally showing his true colors a bit here.
Yeah, but she's still down level, and I think CS is somewhat alright. Though Northeast is zoning red team out of vision, but not vision, like minion XP.
Minion XP.
Yeah.
I do tend to see Olaf players as a subcategory of Kled players. They go
Somewhat.
aggressive and then they basically cry, Jesus, take the wheel, and hope for the best.
I mean, that's pretty much, Yasuo Lee saying, right? You land that, you gotta go in. That's pretty much how it is. So, pretty interesting though. Good back and forth fighting. Of course, it's the score line is tied 1-1 with Camille having 1 kill and Zac getting 1 kill. So in this case, Camille's not going to really snowball out of control with 1 kill because she likes item completion, right? So when she gets a shade, if she's going towards a Triforce or a Sundered Sky, I believe she is going to go for a Sundered Sky because the burst potential is strong here. But right now, blue team is looking for a potential tower dive onto Olaf. Olaf is full HP, so I don't know. This is a bit risky because red team is actually
Red team
all.
is collapsing onto the 2 people.
And
I think this is an unfortunate day to be blue.
and more or less they were feeling blue, or they are feeling blue after that one. So the cool thing here, right, is that Maokai actually is rotated, and this shows mostly a support gap, if I put it like this, right?
Bigger
Because
support.
yeah, sorry, go on.
The support gap as well as the rotations throughout, like, only 4 people coming top. That would have given me a brain aneurysm if I was the top laner.
Yeah, exactly. And but also Olaf, I probably knew that the tower dive was coming, so that's why he probably called out his team. Okay, guys, please come here. They are stacking a wave. They didn't have me, and Maokai was first on the move there. So a really good play, really good communication between the players on red team, as I expected. I told earlier as well. Right? These guys have a comp that they can, execute much easier than blue team. Though compared to the 1v1 matchup, there Camille is still, holding strong.
Yeah,
Because of
I understand what the facts are portraying here, but just like before, and maybe it's just a me thing, I still think red team has a shot here, a pretty big one.
No, red team actually is favored right now, like way more than blue team actually, because Zac is gonna be a menace. Camille is whatever, right?
One of the common factors that people claim was that blue team had a higher chance here, which is interesting due to how the match is currently portraying. That is, my boys did right good by themselves.
A pretty questionable ult by Kasa in the mid lane. I don't know exactly what he was going to achieve there because Lissandra still has her ult. She had her E to get away, and so it's a bit iffy there. Again, bot lane is playing a bit passive, respecting the Jinzao. Oh, there is a gang going on to Kasa.
Oh, does Kasa survive this? He does not. Oh, he just might.
Lissandra might not survive as well, but as long as exactly there to save the day. So red team, I believe, is doing really good, and I believe this is sub jungle diff, I would rather say, because Zaki is getting good engages off, good ganks off. Mid lane made massive mistakes, just wasting ult and just going, getting his HP full, just drained. These are not mistakes you would like to see in matchups, at this tier, but hopefully, they can kind of bounce back and get something going here. Though the draft will not allow blue team to do so.
Not they're still trying to be the biggest cock in the room, creating space for Booyah.
Yes, but the thing here is, right now, since the way we slow pushing towards red team, it kind of makes sense. And of course, well, I don't know if you saw this, I just realized as well, Maokai has bought a Darkseer.
Oh my goodness! The call was wrong!
Because, he depending on if he does get one or two more, I think, kills or assists, he might invest into a Leandris or Nautilus Rips though, somehow. I've seen Nautilus hooks just bend 90 degrees and catch people there, but somehow it just...
League decided to be fair for once.
For real, actually, though. So, again, there is still a massive CES gap between the two ADCs. Regulation, but then again...
Oh, and from the looks of it, Rock Paper Scissors, 1 point trouble. Oh, maybe not! The CEC
the Zac is in the right place at the right time. I'm not exactly sure why the cabinet went in there. He had no vision, anywhere, pretty much, and a bit difficult.
I just realized I just mentioned Camille's name as Rock Paper Scissors. My bad, everybody. Camille has gone in trouble, and that just seems to come at the right place at the right time. It's almost as if he has better jungle runners than I could ever have.
Perhaps I will not comment on that, but
a little self-depreciation never hurt anybody.
Alright, there is a TP coming in. Oh, there's an Ash Arrow coming in towards the Trumpet. Will it be 10-1? It does hit the Nautilus. They could get a kill on here. Booyah is currently out. She's getting thrown on by Little on red team. Will they wipe her out? And he whips the flash onto the wall. So Maokai is trying to disengage here. We lose Zac as well. Zac does die, and Ash do anything here. Oh, nice flash onto...
By the Ash, will the Ash get the kill, however, is the real question here.
That is true, because Ash is just hitting Camille.
Ash, this is not the way! Ash, this is not the way!
Oh, really good. Okay, that brilliant team fighting by Maokai is working out of his mind right now. Nautilus might be looking for hook here right now. Goes onto the Lissandra, but Lissandra of course can get away from this without...
Oh, now the TP from blue.
This is... I guess they are trying to go for grubs with it, but... Yeah. So...
But Zac is on the horizon, just inches away from discovering them.
Yeah, but it's fine because Zac doesn't even need to do anything here. Because getting 2 grubs means that denying them all
5 for the sap, yes.
Yeah, so essentially this is all good. Red team actually played that perfectly. The Maokai did everything well. That was really nice. The only problem is Ash is currently doing jack all damage, but he can fight. So Lissandra is trying looking for a hit on the Nautilus. Camille is trying to go for a engage onto the Ash, but gets ulted.
Ash runs to safety after the out there.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's no way. So there is a lane for coming here. They probably thought,
Interesting
okay,
lanes up. Top lane is living his worst nightmare at the moment.
not the, the problem here is it's very counterintuitive for them to go into a lane swap right now because Ash can completely run down Camille. Because if she does miss her engage, then I mean, Maokai all has to do is just press Q, and then Camille is just left with the tanker. I mean, I'm not exactly sure what the plan here is because we can probably see how it's going to pan out. They're probably trying to set the Olaf behind somehow, but then Olaf is still going to be just strong. They're going to push in bot waves, I guess, try to get a reset off to buy items. I'm not sure how much money they have in inventory, but they could look for
Camille
other
seems to be in trouble. Zach's heading towards Camille in the bottom.
Yeah, and of course, I don't think Camille can get a kill onto the Ash because he's just getting absolutely squeezed out of her mind. Of course, will Zach survive this? Yes, he will. He was gonna blob out of there. So,
Dropped out of their mind.
I mean, things are going pretty south, yeah. This is almost.
What do you think of the jungle performance showcased by both teams here?
I mean, Jingzhao, if he doesn't do anything early on, he is useless. I mean, this is not gonna look good for blue team at all because I told you again, the comp heavily relies on single target, pick-off. And if Jingzhao cannot pull it off, but they are currently going on to this getaway, will they custom their CC? So, fun fact for those who don't know, or might know, if you CC Lissandra before she gets, it doesn't engage on top lane, Olaf gets CC, he's trying to run down Booyah. He kill I doubt it if he plays off, and he does, and he's still healing, and finally he goes down.
Olaf being terrifying as always.
Yes, but the thing here is, Booyah kind of misplayed there again. Oh, there's an engage onto the Dino after a land mid lane. That is Zach is on the red team, my guy. I don't think Zach is fully.
I think the brain aneurysm has already started. My apologies.
Probably, yeah. So over there, I would say biggest misplays again was Booyah being in auto attack range with Viola. He used ult passive a bit better, try to create some distance. Instead, he was in auto attack range, and that's why he got himself out. That would have been a really good play. But blue team, of course, they are going on to engage onto Maokai here. Will go down. That's a difficult play.
Quite a bit of action happening in this game compared to every other game that we've seen so far.
Oh, this is way more exciting, I would say, rather than all the other games. Oh, there's another engage onto the Camille bot lane, and Olaf and Zach are just running Camille down, and I'm sorry to say, Manu, but from my eyes, I feel like this is a game over. We're seeing how the team is going to close out the lane, unless they make some bad mistakes.
Usually, I will, for the sake of humor, say no, I believe, but honestly, there is no way in hell I can say that I actually believe it at this point. But you never know, right? You know what Riot loves to say, right? Everybody loves a comeback story. Maybe blue side will make a miraculous return. We do bad team fights. That's all they need, baby.
That's actually true. And the biggest issue, the reason why I say this, currently the only one who's in the position to do really anything here is Booyah on the range. I think he'll have to perform out of his mind if they have any chance at this, because Kasa is out of the game. He's not going to be able to do anything until he gets right. So he's set back really far behind. Jingzhao completely, off here as well. Camille, eventually once he gets the items going, he can maybe do something. He can split push at least, but team fight wise, I don't think they'll get a chance to contest any of the presence here. Like, it's close to impossible, honestly.
When your friends become your haters, I'm having a moment like that happening in chat right now. Vima, a personal friend of ours, immediately going, "Let's go, Raven!" Immediately saying inting before ending with Raven sucks, Raven.
Because, I mean, he's speaking facts somehow at some point, so he started speaking facts, so
Believe in your friends. Believe in your friends.
Not if they're inters. Am I right? So, anyways, this is here. They are trying to contest Dragon here. I'm not sure why.
Do you
Lucy
think
was
this dragon fight is worth taking?
ideally. No, I don't think so. But the problem here is red team should have had access to the river much earlier compared to blue team because they are stronger. But here right now, blue team is a bit cautious to going to the dragon pit because that means they are going to be sort of funneled into a small area, right? And exactly is going to bounce everywhere. And but who will go into this? That goes into the engage onto Booyah. He missed it, but he flashes onto here again. But there's no kill here. Oh, okay. Camille one shot. He has almost red team is still on the hunt. Booyah is being gone on by the Maokai and Olaf, and he gets down. Of course, Zack is still alive. His party is up as well. Can they do anything here? They're negotiating for it, but still looking good for blue team somehow. And did they make beautiful? I mean, proving me wrong, I'm always happy to see that. Really good team fight by blue side. It was all the red team made it really
What does Vimukti have to say now? I'll keep an eye on the chat to see what he has to say now.
But here, from what I saw earlier, the issue here was that Zack, Maokai, Olaf, everyone was split up here. There were some people were going on Booyah, the others were just fighting or battling. But since Maokai decided to leave the act, go on to the vein, and he got completely destroyed by the Camille. Ideally, with all the praises I've been singing towards the Maokai, he should have stayed behind, should have feel for Ash, and then play the back before the team fight. But for the mistake like that cost them the entire team fight pretty much. And but the thing is, they have identified that the win condition on blue side is Booyah. That's why they did go on to them. But I feel like it was a bit too forced. The conditions were not correct to go for an engage there. But yeah.
I've come to accept that the conditions never end up being ideal. As long as they claw their way to victory, is what it is.
You're wrong there. I mean, still a pretty exciting fight. Got my blood pumping again as well. I was expecting just a complete downfall here, but a really good comeback there. But hopefully, it depends again. Like, this is just a minor setback. Of course, the goal lead is pretty much even at this point, 35k on each. But Zack is still strong, as he's not doing as much damage as he would like to here.
Might be another collapse here about to happen near Baron Pit.
Engage goes onto the Maokai here by Northwest, though the engage with Maokai got CQ. I don't think really anyone is in the spot to actually do anything.
They seem to be very careful about Baron buff going to anybody at this point, even though I would consider it's a little bit premature to even think about Baron for both teams here.
I almost tried to say Garen buff, then I'm like, maybe the Garen brain got is finally setting in.
It's a Demacian in me, man, I can't help it.
Damn, you're calling yourself Demacian, I mean, you know what that entails, right?
The brain rot has set in and there's no way of getting it out.
Yeah. We lost a soldier today, boys, and it's gone on stream, so...
It's a sad day for mentally sane people today.
Yeah, sure. But here, of course, we can see another issue here is NXT, unfortunately, not doing damage. And he really needs the items here, so that's why I can see that Darth Reaper on the Zack is giving all the farm and trying to sort of funnel the gold into that so that he can actually get some items here. Of course, with the ESO on the agency, I would assume that he is going for...
I am fully expecting a very stagnant game state here until late game, where the act of farming alone causes that Vayne to be a demon.
No, and never mind, starting out the Baron here, there is no reason for red team, but they seem to be something as
and they found out, let's see how the red team responds to this.
I mean, I don't think they can really, they're way too late. Barrow's gonna be too much, but they are pretty close. Maokai is also here, actually going in. Can be a kill, and there is no steal here. Cricket, of course, gets Baron, and but they are going to get a stick onto Kratos, which is not that big of a deal. It's a bit of a mistake by Red Team again. I mean, they are making mistakes all around here. Like pretty much no vision, backtimers are off. Teams are very slowly turning towards
the blue side.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is surprising, and I'm welcome it with open arms. Of course, I want to see what Red Team is trying to hit. This could actually, I don't think it can snowball up control, but if you keep losing objectives here, Dragon, Baron, like this might spell disaster for Red Team. Of course, Booyah is actually playing really well on train as well. So, oh, okay, there is an ink. He actually commits both of his dashes and uses Samia's. Olaf is going all in, but will they get a kill on Sasa? They do, but Booyah and
Olaf just survive it. Although for how long we'll find out.
Yeah, if he can at least thin out the wave, which he tried to do, and Booyah wins the 1v1. So these
it was 1v1 against the 4 giant blobs.
Yeah, but the thing here is Zaki was actually very, very tough. Oh, okay, not to engage onto the Ash and others here, but Ash is currently just auto-attacking. Oh, and Kubil is here onto the Ash. Also, of course,
I don't know the state of the way. The way that the blue team seems to engage these fights here.
Of course, like really well played. Booyah flashes in to get the final pick here. Not sure if the flash is worth it there, but I guess he can easily get the mental edge. He's always, strong here. And again, I guess my apologies for doubting blue team here. I was expecting the team to,
pretty much
close it out.
The early game situation,
Yeah.
but that doesn't seem to be the case here.
Yeah.
Vimukti said in the chat in the most poetic way possible, comeback kid. And right now it's easy to say, it's safe to say that the blue team is full of comeback kids at this point.
Of course, I mean, they are even engaged onto Kasa again. Seems like they are targeting Kasa every single time he's on to lanes and just getting him whenever he overcommits. So the issue here right now is Kasa should not be trying this much because his ultimate is going to be key in the upcoming team fight because eventually all the tanks on the team are going to get them out by Titan. He's probably gonna go for Vinces maybe if he's really into fighting. Maokai went for the tank route, nothing really special.
The Dark Seal did psych me out for a bit there.
Yeah, it would have, but I guess. Okay, not as usual a hook onto the track, and
the blue team is looking for fights at this point.
Yeah, exactly, and I mean, of course, blue team is actually using the pressure that they have gotten off of Baron and the wave state to get control of bottom side, bottom blue bottom, and so that allows the sub-recurrency to actually try to take the tier 2 tower without getting them from behind. Over here, Kasa is just trying to the wave here, making sure that they don't get the tier 2 tower there. So it's pretty much, I don't think, without any objectives on the map. It's gonna be waves bouncing back and forth with until any fights are happening, I guess, for now. So again, like, we are looking here, the key players on both teams to look out for are Booyah on the way. Even small mistakes, mechanical mistakes that he made early on, he's still, like, in team fights, he's been performing very well. I think Sub-Recurrency is also putting off some good flanks onto the Ash. I mean, Ash has gotten killed multiple times off of just jumping onto and right now. There is, really, they go on to here. I mean, Booyah is not even close to the neutral player. It makes the trouble for blue team. There's a flash from Jingzhao and Olaf is following with the ultimate. I don't think it can happen here. Oh, Booyah is here for the fight. Nothing happening yet. The team is
Camille going
currently
for that.
down. Camille is jumping onto the ash as usual, but will she survive? No, not this. And again, blue team is again sending them home. Um,
As much as I expected this to happen, this is happening way soon and way
way too fast.
fast.
Way too fast. And the problem here is, right, like there is not enough vision for like red team pull up here, and Camille just keeps getting the jump on, and this is not ideal at all. I mean, with this, of course, this could be the end of the game. There are waves pushing in. They could probably try to end the game itself.
This is
They
going to
can't.
damage Red Team's board state severely. Like,
I think this could be a potential game over if they do into it and they have no so the
it all
timers are off
depends.
and they decided to back off, which is a smart move, I guess. Um,
Now I expected, like, the way they are playing, the way the blue team played, that entire interaction was entirely ballsy. Once being found out, once noticing that they had vision on that jungle on the red side, they backed off, they cleared vision, yet they came back without knowing that red side was waiting for them in the bush there. But somehow they turned it around, even though at one point it looked like two of the blue side was being completely ambushed by the red side. Which, it's tough to call that to be like a calculated action, but it all worked out so well.
and the biggest issue here right now for red team is, right, remember I was thinking impressive, oh yeah, the pickoff potential is good, right? But the issue here now is they are not getting any pickoffs. Like they did in the early game, but afterwards they don't have the damage, right? Lissandra doesn't do too much damage. Yes, there is burst, but it's not enough burst. Ash doesn't do enough damage, right?
We can't let the game be spoiled to the people. There was a league window popping out singly at the end of the match, but of course we do not like to spoil it to all of you. Then you can look at the match in real time and match according to our timers at least.
Manu, I'm sorry to say this, but with the game state as it is, unless there is a massive, I mean,
Right now
You
it's in
can-
a very. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah.
like it's not. I don't think people know what's gonna.
Suspension of disbelief, okay? We believe blue team turned it around. They did. Now what if the red team turns it around? You never know.
I mean, they're not gonna. They just don't have the damage, unfortunately. But again, I mean, all in all, I would say, regardless of how it's turning out, blue team defied all expectations, and I am grateful that they did prove me wrong, and so very excited to see them turn it around. At the same time, red team just fumbled the bag through only HUD. I mean, not just going on to engage here, nothing to happen here. Camille.
In all honesty, this is a doozy of a match, like unexpected performance of blue team.
Of course, for sure, definitely. I mean, more than unexpected, it's that blue team capitalized off red team make massive mistakes here. Very decent fight, not enough damage. Like, Lissandra doesn't do damage, right? Like, the damage pump was good for like pickoffs and all, but the thing is, it didn't do damage. It had CC, so that's it.
The one thing I love about the Baron buff is that you can claim that with your sheer presence, you can end the game. And
Pretty
that
much,
seems to be in effect here.
Yes, of course. I mean, remember I said, right? None of the teams have played. Oh, and Kata goes in for an English here. There is only 2 here, but this one has the team destroyed. Right now, Puya is, doing vain things, of course, he's dead, and yeah, it's pretty much game over. Lissandra can't do anything, yeah. A massive comeback from blue team. Red team made a bunch of critical mistakes that they couldn't have, and they just completely wasted the lead that they had done. This is one of the comebacks of all time, and I'm happy I got to witness it. Very exciting and great job for all those players.
That was absolutely beautiful. Oh my goodness.
As we like to say in the industry, right? Truly a pro of all time.
Yes.
It's going to end you on that note.
Yes. So, Mirza, closing thoughts on how this match went out, how the performance of both teams were.
So early game, of course, was very strong on the side of the team. I mean, Black was just out jungling the Jingzhou. and it was all going smoothly. But the issue here was Zach had all the gold, and he couldn't really capitalize on anything. And the biggest problem here is pickoff potential, like I said, was there, but they just didn't have the damage effect of Lissandra. Again, no damage. Zach has sustained, but again, in the grand scheme of things, no damage. Ash, no damage. Maokai, no damage. Right? If they had a bit more burst damage, right? If they had more, like, let's say instead of a Lissandra, they had, I don't know, maybe a LeBlanc, Oriana, something that had like big damage, that could have been better. I mean, that could have worked out well for the team, but unfortunately, they didn't do that, and they made critical mistakes. Maokai didn't feel for Ash in the first team fight that they lost, which probably did force um, give wait, did they force the blue team to get an edge onto the rest of the match from there onwards, and that's about it. I mean, just all in all, really good job by blue team. I would say,
Well,
yeah.
yeah. At the end of the day, Team Ascent showcased a valiant performance. It was touch and go at many points during the match, but it's safe to say that Bench Boys came out on top, and we congratulate both teams for showing such a splendid game. And we can only hope that as the teams move forward, that the performances get more and more exciting. Now, the next game in this tournament will take place in exactly 1.5 hours, give or take. Do be wary that sometimes matches could run a little bit late due to logistical issues, but do stay tuned. Mirza, thank you so much for being a part of this stream, this cast. It's been beautiful. So I can only hope that you will be here to provide your amazing view on the game state and how the game goes for the 10:30 match as well. Mirza,
Yeah,
can I count
sure.
on you?
Yeah, of course, definitely. If I'm going to be given more exciting matches like this, of course, they'll be there, no matter what.
And that's
Okay.
the beauty of IGF, ladies and gents. We shall see you in 1.5 hours. Until then, see ya.